would like to welcome every one of you for today's practice session. Okay, so what we will do, we'll just revise, okay, whatever we have studied in the last class, yesterday's class, we will just revise them so that if anyone has any question in those places, then they can ask me now. Feel free to reach out. Okay, feel free to ask me. I will repeat. Okay. So before we do revision, anyone has any questions from prior classes? Radha Pyari Mataji, is it clear for whatever I have taught?
Yes, Prabhuji, it was clear. And today I'm feeling a little sick, but I will answer in between whenever I'm listening to this, Prabhuji.
Yes, no problem. So I will just do some quick revision. Yesterday we covered one sandhi, one subdivision under Vyanjan sandhi. That is called Anuswara sandhi. And Anuswar sandhi, in that the Anuswar is the result of sound transformation. So here the Vyanjana gets transformed by Anuswara. Okay, so for example, Krishnam Vande we have, and Paravarnaha, because there is Vyanjanam, so Makaraha is getting transformed into Anuswara. So you see here, Krishnam Bande becomes Krishnam Bande. The Anuswara, sorry, the Makara gets transformed into Anuswara. And the Paravarna will stay as it is. Vyanjanam will not be changed. So like Harim Shrayate. So there is a transformation. Then Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, Amram Khadati. So in that way, these are Paravarnas are all Vyanjanam. That's why the Makara is getting transformed into Vyanjanam. Now here, the very important note is that when do we have to write Makara and when do we have to write Anuswara? When to use Anuswara? So as per the rules of Anuswara Sandhi, if the following letter is a consonant, so we have to use Anuswara. For example, Ramam Vande is there. Before there was Makara. But because Paravarnaha, there is Vyanjanam, so Makaraha is being transformed into Anuswara. Okay, so it becomes Ramam Vande. Then similarly, if the following letter is a swara, if the following letter is not a consonant but it is a swara, then we have to use Makara. There is no transformation into Anuswara. So Griham Agachati. And just if we adjoin this swara with the Vyanjana, it just becomes Griham Agachati. There is no Sandhi here. Then the third rule is that if nothing is there after Makaraha, use Makara. Like Mitra Drohecha Patakam. This is a shloka in Bhagavad Gita. So what happens? The shloka, when the shloka is ended, so at the end, if there is a word and after that there is no word, then also the Makaraha will be written. Okay, so Makara will not be transformed into Anuswara. So these are the three rules. Where do we have to use Makara and where to use Anuswara? Any questions in this? Okay, then yesterday also we discussed that a vakyam consists of a word or words. Okay, a sentence, it consists of word or words. So a word or prakriti or the padam in Sanskrit is actually comprised of two basic constituents. Those are prakriti and pratyaya. For example, Ramaha is there and Rama is a prakriti and pratyaya is sakara. Vanam is a word, vana is the prakriti and is the pratyaya. Then gachati, gam is the dhatu, gam is the prakriti and ti is the pratyaya. And in Sanskrit, we have two types of padas, Subantam padam and Tingantam padam. So when Subantam Padam Prakritihi is called Pratipadikam and Pratyayaha is called Supratyaya. So then it is called Subantam Padam. Another type of Padam we have, that is Tingantam Padam. In Tingantam Padam, Prakritihi is called Dhatuhu and Pratyayaha, we have two types of Pratyaya. Those are called Vikara Pratyayas and Ting Pratyaya. Okay. Now, how the name is formed, like Tingantam Padam or Subantam Padam. In the Sanskrit language, there are only two types of words. Verb Tinganta Padam literally means word which is ending with tin suffix. Okay, so this Tinganta Padam means a verb form. And because this Tingantam Padam is ending with ting suffix, when we are applying this ting pratyaya to a dhatu, then it becomes Tingantam Padam. Similarly, when Subantam Padam means word ending with sub suffix. So in Subantam Padam, we are applying the sub pratyayas to the Pratipadikas. And then we get Subanta Padas or the noun forms. Subantam Padam means noun forms and Tingantam Padam means verb forms. Okay. So this is the and the examples for verb is Gachati, that is the action of going. Then similarly in the noun form, Ramaha, Vanam. Okay. So like that. And in Pratipadikam, there can be many Pratipadikas, many types of Pratipadikas can be there. So under Pratipadikas, there can be Sarvanamani, Visheshanani, Tadhitantaha, Kridantaha, Samasaha. They are also considered as Pratipadika. So Rama, Tat, Uttama, Dashrathi, Kachan, Sitapati. So these are all Pratipadikas, different types of Pratipadikas. And in Supratyaya, we are actually having 21 Supratyayas. 21 Supratyayas are there. And these are also called Vibhakti Pratyayas. So the 21 Supratyayas, they are actually divided into 7 groups. Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, and Saptami Vibhakti. And each of the Vibhaktis are used in different sense, are used to indicate different meanings. Okay. For example, Prathama Vibhakti is used to indicate some object or some person as a subject. Dvitiya Vibhakti is used in the sense to denote that person or thing as an object. Then Tritiya Vibhakti is used to indicate that person or object, person or something as an instrument. Then Chaturthi Vibhakti to denote as a recipient. Panchami Vibhakti from point of separation. Shashti Vibhakti something in relationship. And Saptami Vibhakti something in location or in locative case. So these are all 7 groups. And they are divided into 7 groups. And each of these Vibhaktis have 3 vachanas. Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. So Prathama Vibhakti is having Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. Dvitiya Vibhakti is also having 3 vachanas. So all the Vibhaktis are having these type of 3 vachanas. In Sanskrit, we have Dvivachan also. Okay, in Hindi, usually we have only Ekvachanam and Bahuvachanam. But in Sanskrit, we have Dvivachanam also. Singular, dual, and plural. And in Sanskrit, we have 3 types of genders, 3 kinds of genders. So those are Pullingam, Strilingam, Napunsakalingam. So while learning the Shabda Rupas, it is essential to learn the gender of the word too. Then I discussed what is the meaning of the word Vibhakti. Okay. So here if you see the sentence, Rama, the son of Dasharatha, kills Ravana by an arrow. Now in this sentence, please tell me what is the subject? Who is the performer of action?
Rama.
Rama is the performer of action. And what is the object? Ravana. Ravana is the object. And what is the action being happening? What is the action? Hanti. Yes, or the action of killing somebody. So that is the action. And what is the instrument here by which Ravana is getting killed? That is an arrow. So by an arrow, Rama is killing Ravana. And in which relationship Rama is mentioned? So who is that Rama? Rama is the son of Dasharatha. Who is the son of Dasharatha? He is killing Ravana by an instrument called arrow. Okay, so vibhakti means you are telling the situation, the different situations of the noun in a sentence. So Rama is a noun, Dasharatha is a noun, Ravana is another noun, arrow is also noun. But all the nouns are contributing in some way to make the action happen. So Rama is the main performer who is performing that action. And the result of that action is being seen in the object, that is Ravana. So Rama, when he kills, so when he is killing, so then the killing activity is the result of that activity of killing is being seen in the Ravana. When he will be beheaded, so the action of killing will be seen in something that is called object. So Ravana is the object. And the killing action is actually being performed by an arrow. Okay, by an instrument that killing action is happening. So in that way, all the components in a sentence, all the nouns, they are actually becoming the contributors to make the action happen. Okay. So in that way, these are called vibhaktis. Vibhakti is a set of suffixes which describes various situations of a noun. Now, why do we need vibhaktis? So vibhaktis, they help us identify who is the doer, what is the object, what is the instrument. And also it helps us identify the doer object instrument in its relation with Kriya. Okay. Now in Sanskrit, we have 7 types of vibhaktis. Prathama vibhakti, Dvitiya vibhakti, Tritiya vibhakti, Chaturthi vibhakti, Panchami vibhakti, Shashti vibhakti and Saptami. And the last vibhakti which you are able to see here, Sambodhana Prathama vibhakti, is actually a subset of Prathama vibhakti only. It's a subset of Prathama vibhakti only, and that's why it is not considered to be a separate vibhakti in itself. But it's a subset. Okay, in that way, in Sanskrit, we have 7 vibhaktis, which tell the different situations of noun in a sentence. There are 7 into 3, 21 supratyayas, which are divided into 7 cases or vibhaktis and 3 numbers or vachanas. Those words which have these suffixes are called Subantam Padam. So the word which is ending with supratyaya, that is called Subantam Padam or noun forms. Now, what are the supratyayas which are applied to the Pratipadikam? Su aujas, aujas, tabhyam bis, nebhyam bis, nasibhyam bis, nas osam, nios, su. So the first 3 pratyayas which you are able to see, su aujas, that are actually being used in the Prathama Vibhakti and in the meaning, in the sense of as a subject, to indicate that Pratipadikam as a subject. Aujas, they are indicating the Pratipadikam as an object, that Shabda as an object. Tabhyam bis, when they are applied to the Pratipadikam, it tells that the Pratipadikam, that word, it has to be taken as an instrument. Nebhyam bhyas as recipient. Nasibhyam bhyas as a point of separation. Nasosam is of Shashti Vibhakti and it's telling relationship. Then Niyosu, it is telling location. Okay, and that is called Saptami Vibhakti. So these are the 21 pratyayas. And for the Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, we don't have any separate pratyayas because the same pratyayas, su aujas, are only applied, and it's the subset of Prathama Vibhakti only. And the meaning that Sambodhana Prathama is actually used in the sense of addressing someone or calling out someone. So that is that. By adding 21 supratyayas to Pratipadikam, we get 21 vibhakti roots. And these are only called as Shabda Rupas. Okay, so when we apply Pratipadikam Rama, when we apply the supratyayas to the Pratipadikam Rama, so then we get the 21 Shabda Rupas. Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, Ramam Ramau Raman, Ramena Ramabhyam Ramaihi, Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyah, Ramat Ramabhyam Ramebhyah, Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam, Rame Ramayoho Rameshu. Okay, so in that way, when we apply the pratyayas to the Pratipadikam, we get these 21 Shabda Rupas. And here we have to, like someone can question that how come when su pratyay is applied to Pratipadikam Rama, it's becoming Ramaha. It should be Ramasu, yes. If we apply something Rama, then it should be Ramasu. But according to the rules of grammar in the Ashtadhyayi of Panini, so he has written many sutras to tell how that Rama plus Su, when we are making that form, so how it is becoming Ramaha. So 4.1.2, that sutra is applied. Then 1.4.103, then 1422 is applied. Then 132 is applied. Then later on 139, 1414, 8266, 132, 139, 1410, 8315. In that way, this is the whole process how the Rama plus Su becomes eventually Rama. And that's the final product. Okay. So in that way for others also, like for example, Rama plus Jas. So Jas Pratyay is of which one? Plural, Bahuvachana of Prathama Vibhakti, which is applied to Rama Pratipadika. And then what is the result when we apply that Pratyay? Ramaha. Okay, Ramaha. So Rama plus Jas is there. Then 4.1.2, 1421, 137, 139, 61, 102 Sutram. Then 1414, 8266, 132, 139, 8315 at last. So in that way, Rama plus Jas, it becomes Rama plus As, Ramas, then Padasangya, then Ramaru, then Ramar, then it becomes Ramaha. So this is the whole process of how the Rama plus Jas becomes Ramaha. I will not get into the details how the Rama plus Jas eventually becomes Ramaha, because there are many sutras being applied to make the form happen. So just to give an idea how the pratyas, when they are applied to Pratipadikam, how they actually the forms are declined. So just to give an idea, I have just given those two of the forms. So Rama plus Su and Rama plus Jas. Okay, so the meanings of the vibhaktis, if you just take with the help of the word Rama, when the pratyas are applied, so what meanings do they actually give? So in Prathama Vibhakti, it is indicating that when pratyayas are applied to the Pratipadikam, that Shabda is actually used in the sense of subject. So Ramaha, one Rama. So one Rama is a subject. Then Dvivachana form is Ramau. Ramaha, Ramau. Two Ramas as a subject. Bahuvachanam, many Ramas as subject. Then Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, which is a subset of Prathama Vibhakti, it is used in calling or addressing someone. So, Hey Rama, O Rama, Hey Ramo, O two Ramas, Hey Ramaha, O many Ramas. Then Dvitiya Vibhakti as an object. So Rama is considered to be Rama as an object. Then Ramo, Ramas, two Ramas as an object. Then Raman, many Ramas as objects. So this is the
Prabhu, can I ask you here? Here the
yes.
Sambodhana Vibhakti when coming, no? So the first, the Ekavachanam, it is says, Hey Ram. Visarga is got out of it from, if we compare from the Prathama Vibhakti. Why is that so?
Yeah, the Visarga is actually deleted. So there is another sutra for that, which tells that if the subset of Prathama Vibhakti, that is Sambodhana Prathama, and when we the Ekvachana form of Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, then the Visarga will be deleted. So that's the rule.
Rule by Panini.
Panini, yes, yes. Then Tritya Vibhakti is used as an instrument. So we apply the word by. So Ramena means by one Rama, Ramabhyam means by two Ramas, Ramaihi, that is by many Ramas. Chaturthi Vibhakti is used in a sense of recipient. So for one Rama, Ramabhyam, for two Ramas, Ramebhyam, for many Ramas. Panchami Vibhakti is used in the sense of point of separation, something which is coming from someone. So the point of separation, something which is actually getting separated from the original entity, then that is actually, in that sense, Panchami Vibhakti is used. So Ramat means from one Rama, Ramabhyam, that is from two Ramas, Ramebhyam, from many Ramas. Shashti Vibhakti is used in relationship. So something which is belonging to Rama. So Ramasya of a Rama, Ramayoho of two Ramas, Ramanam of many Ramas. Saptami Bhakti is used as a location. Okay, so something which is in the Rama, Rame means in a Rama, Ramayoho that is in two Ramas, and Rameshu in many Ramas. Okay, so location we can also tell. Like in Rama, there are many qualities. We tell no, someone is there. In Srimad, in Lord, there are many qualities. In in Prabhupada, there are many qualities. So in that way, Prabhupada is used in a sense as a reservoir of many qualities. So he is used in that sense. Then we will tell Prabhupade bahavaha gunaha santi. Okay, so Prabhupade bahavaha gunaha santi. So many qualities are there in Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so in that way, this is the thing of vibhaktis. Usually in a sentence, what is the structure? How the structure? What is the structure of a sentence? And the subanta pada and tinganta pada, because I told that there are two types of padas, and the sentence actually consists of words. So what is usually the structure of a sentence? That there are subanta padas or noun forms and tinganta pada usually at the last. Okay. So Subantam Padam, and last at the last Tingantam Padam is there. And in every sentence, there is one verb, Tingantam Padam, written or implied. Sometimes it is implied also. We have to imply the verb in a sentence. It will not be mentioned, but we have to understand. But usually in a sentence, the verb is actually written in a sentence. So in understanding a sentence or vakyam, first of all, we have to identify what is the verb or Tingantam Padam, which we will discuss later, how the Tingantam Padam are formed and how to identify them. And all the other words should be nouns, Subantam Padam. They are all connected to the verb either directly or indirectly. By relating each noun to the verb, the meaning of the sentence is understood. So these are the steps of how to actually do the anvaya, like very basic anvaya, how to understand the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so when we relate each subanta padas with the Tingantam pada, then we are able to understand the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so so this is the thing. Has everyone understood what until now whatever I have taught? Any questions are there? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll go further. Now, Pratipadikas, which I mentioned, the Pratipadika, when we apply the Sup Pratyay to the Pratipadika or a nominal base, then only we get the Shabdarupas. Okay. So we get 21 Shabdarupas. Now, classification of Pratipadika. Pratipadikas are actually classified in two ways. We can classify them in two ways. One way is that we classify them based on the gender. How many genders we have? 3 genders. Pullingam, Strilingam, Napunsakalingam. Second way we can classify the Pratipadika is that by identifying the ending letter of a Pratipadika. Because the ending letter of the Pratipadika could be Swara or it could be Vyanjanamundi. So the Ajanta, so those Pratipadikas whose ending letters are Swara, so those are called Ajanta Pratipadikas. And those words, those Pratipadikas whose ending letter is a consonant or a Vyanjana, then we call them as Halanta Pratipadikas, or that which ends with Hal Pratyahara. So this twofold classification is the factor which makes the difference in declension among different Pratipadikas. So these are the two ways how the Pratipadikas are classified. Please make a note of it. This is very, very important topic. Okay. So please note down this, how the Pratipadikas are classified. Whenever we will study any of the Shabdarupa, any of the declension of the nouns, first of all, the very first step we have to tell that what is the gender of the Pratipadika and what is the ending letter of the Pratipadika. Based on that only, we will be able to do the declension of the Shabda Rupas. So every Pratipadika has one of the genders in two ways. Now the genders, like the first way is that we classify the Pratipadikas based on the gender. And the Pratipadikas, they may have gender in two ways. First of all, that some Pratipadikas, they have intrinsically that have their own gender. For example, Rama word is there. Rama is a Pratipadika. Now Rama is having the gender Pullinga. So that's the gender. Intrinsically, they have their own gender. But sometimes there are some Pratipadikas, which I will tell you, what are those Pratipadikas, that they are actually adjectives or they are the qualifiers, Visheshanas in Sanskrit. So whenever we are giving some attributes, we are qualifying some object, we are qualifying something. So that qualifying person, that something which is doing some qualification to some other object, so that pada is called Visheshana. And something which is getting qualified by another qualification, by another qualifier, so that is called Visheshya. Visheshana means adjective or qualifier, and the Visheshya means something who has been given that adjective or something which is being qualified by that adjective. Okay, so the Pratipadikas, usually what happen when they are adjectives or the qualifiers to the qualified, then the gender of the qualified, the gender of the qualified Pratipadika or the Shabda, so that is actually given to the Pratipadika. For example, Sundaraha Balakaha. Sundaraha Balakaha is there. Sundaraha is what Visheshan, and that's the attribute being given, beautifulness. Something which is beauty, which is beautiful. So that attribute is given to Balakaha. What is the gender of Balakaha? Pullinga. So that gender will be given to the Pratipadika Sundara Pratipadika. And that's why it will become Sundaraha Balaka. When we have Balika word, Balika and Sundari Balika. So Sundara is Pratipadika and Balika is the pada which is being qualified. So then Balika, since it is in Strilinga, so that's why Sundara will also become in Strilinga. So the gender of the qualified will be given to the Pratipadika. It will become Sundari Balika or beautiful girl. Then similarly, we have Vanam or forest. So Vanam is something which is being qualified by the attribute beautifulness. Okay, so the Vanam is the qualified and the Sundaram. So Sundara is a Pratipadika. So that the gender of the Vanam will be given to Visheshana, that is Sundara. And then it will become Sundaram Vanam or beautiful forest. So this is in that way. Some Pratipadikas, they don't have gender intrinsically. They have to be given by the gender of the qualified. But some Pratipadikas, they have the gender intrinsically. So for example, if you see here, Dhatre word is there, Dhatre, which is also used in the sense to indicate Brahma, Lord Brahma, creator. So the Dhatre is a Pratipadika. Dhatre is a Pratipadika. And what are the two ways in which Pratipadikas can be classified? Based on the lingam and based on the ending letter of the Pratipadika. What is the lingam of Dhatre Shabdaha, Dhatri Pratipadikam? That is Pullingaha is the linga for the Dhatri Pratipadikam. And what is the ending letter of Pratipadikam? That is Rikarantaha. So Rikara is the ending letter. If you just break the words into letters, then you can find the ending letter of the Dhatri Pratipadikam is Rikarantaha. So based on the lingam and ending letter of the Pratipadika, we have to classify the Pratipadika. So Dhatri is a Pullinga Shabdaha and it's a Rikaranta Shabdaha. So Rikaranta means some word which is ending with Rikara. Some word which ends with Rikara, that is called Rikaranta. And Rikaranta Pullinga Dhatri Shabdaha. Then the declension of the form of that noun actually comes. So Dhata, Dhataru, Dhatara. Then we apply the pratyas to the Pratipadikam Dhatre. Su, Dhatre plus Su becomes Dhata. Dhataro. So Dhatre plus Au becomes Dhataro. So in that way, the forms come. So we have in that way forms. So Pratipadikas which have genders intrinsically, for example, Priksha. So tree is a masculine pratipadika. Mala is a feminine pratipadika. Phala is a neuter pratipadika. Deha is a masculine pratipadika. Tanu is a feminine pratipadika. Sharira is a neuter pratipadika. Now here very one important thing to be discussed, that the meaning of the pratipadika, its gender and the gender of pratipadika which is intrinsically given in the language, that necessarily always it does not have to be matched. The gender of pratipadika and the actual gender of the meaning of the pratipadika do not have to match. For example, tanu or body is a feminine pratipadika. Now the body could be of female body or it could be of female body also. Okay, so it could be sometimes that word can be used for in the sense of male person also. That when we want to indicate a body of a male person. So even the pratipadika, the body is intrinsically it means the gender of that pratipadika is female. But that word, if you just mean that, so that actual gender of that pratipadika could be different. It could be male's body or it could be female's body. So necessarily always the meaning of the actual gender of the meaning of the pratipadika and the gender of pratipadika, they necessarily do not have to be matched. So that's the. Then memorization of Shabda Rupas. I have just given some of the Shabda Rupas. Now, Padmaja, okay, Radha Pyari Mataji, could you please tell what is the gender of the Pratipadika here?
Masculine. Please.
Yes, don't tell masculine, tell Pullingam.
Oh, Pullingam, sorry.
Yes, Pullingam. We use the nomenclature
Yes,
used in Sanskrit.
yeah.
So Pullingam is the
Pullingam.
word. Now, what is the ending letter of Pratipadikam here?
Akarant, Prabhuji.
Akarant. Okay. So Akarantaha Pullingaha Rama Shabdaha. So that is the
Yes.
two-way classifications of the Pratipadikam. Okay, so then we have Ramaha Ramau Ramaha Ramam Ramau Raman Ramena Ramabhyam Ramaihi Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramebhyaha Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam Rame Ramayoho Rameshu He Rama He Ramo He Ramaha. So in this way we have 21 forms. And the He Rama He Ramo He Ramaha, that form is actually a subset of Prathama Vibhakti, and we don't count as separate as a pratyayas which are applied to the Pratipadika. So that same pratyayas which are applied in Prathama Bhakti, that same pratyayas are applied, but according to the rules of Panini's Ashtadhyayi, there is little bit difference sometimes in the Ekavachana form of Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti. Okay. So kindly memorize them. It will be very much helpful for you. Then Rama. So Rama is a Shyamlal Bro. What is the gender of Pratipadikam here in Rama?
Rama should be Stilling.
Yes. And what is the ending letter of Pratipadikam?
Ah.
A. So it means Akarantaha Strilingaha Rama Shabdaha. Okay. So Rama Rame Ramaha Ramam Rame Ramaha Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramabhihi Ramayai Ramabhyam Ramabhyaha Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramabhyaha Ramaya Ramayoho Ramanam Ramayam Ramayoho Ramasu He Rame He Ramaha. Okay, so these are the forms of the Rama Shabdaha. Now here the question might come that Prabhuji, how we will differentiate if the forms are same. For example, if you see the Dvivachana forms of Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, and Panchami Vibhakti, all are same, Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam, Ramabhyam. But when that Ramabhyam is coming in the in a sentence, so then according to the context, you can actually understand. Okay, so in what context the Ramabhyam is being used and how, and we can also understand the context of that particular Shabda based on the other nouns, based on the other Subandha Padas, and what meaning is intended. So based on that, you can. So whenever we have like He Rame, when it is used in a sense of already some subject is mentioned, And then if He Rame is mentioned, then that means that it is used in object sense. Okay. So He Rame is actually only Prathama Bhakti, but Dvivachanam in that Rame is actually used in object sense. Both forms are same, but in context, we have to understand the meaning of those Shabda Rupas. And the same meaning which I gave according like Rama, same meaning they have to be assigned to the different padas. So subject Rama Prathama Bhakti is indicating Rama as a subject. Then Vivachanam two Ramas, then many Ramas, more than two Ramas. Then Raman as an object. Okay, two Ramas as an object. Then many Ramas. Then we have another third Shabda Rupa. So that is Phala. Phala is the Pratipadikam here. Okay. So now, Sachipriya Mataji, could you please tell what is the gender of Pratipadikam here?
It is Napunsakalingam, Prabhuji.
And what is the ending letter of Pratipadikam?
Akara.
Akara. So this same ending letter, that was of which word?
Rama.
Rama. So in Rama word also Akara is Akara is the ending letter. But both are having different genders. So Rama
Yes,
is a Pullinga Shabda, but Phala is the Napunsakalinga Shabda or neuter gender. So and the declensions are also little bit different in a Prathama Vibhakti and Dvitya Vibhakti. So Phalam Phale Phalani. But after that, after starting from Tritiya Vibhakti to Saptami Vibhakti, if you compare the forms of Rama Shabda and Phala Shabda, they are same. Falena Phalabhyam Phalaihi Phalaya Phalabhyam Phalebhya Phalat Phalabhyam Phalebhya Phalasya Phalayoho Phalanam Phale Phalayoho Phaleshu He Phale He Phala He Phale He Phalani. So in that way, this has been. Then similarly, Jnana Shabda also. Jnana means knowledge. So Jnana is also Akaranta Shabda and Napunsakalinga. Jnanam Jnane Jnanani Jnanam Jnane Jnanani Jnanena Jnanabhyam Jnanehi Jnanaya Jnanabhyam Jnanebhyah Jnanat Jnanabhyam Jnanebhyah Jnanasya Jnanayoho Jnananam Jnane Jnanayoho Jnaneshu He Jnana He Jnane He Jnanani. Then Vanam Vane Vanani Vanam Vane Vanani Vanena Vanabhyam Vanaihi Vanaya Vanabhyam Vanebhyah Vanat Vanabhyam Vanebhyah Vanasya Vanayoho Vananam Vane Vanayoho Vaneshu He Vana He Vane He Vanani. In that way, for Dhanam also. So Dhanam Dhane Dhanani Dhanam Dhane Dhanani. In that way, the same declensions, the same forms are there for the Shabdas. Those Shabdas which are ending with Akaraha and they are Napunsakalinga. So their forms will be like Phalam. Their forms will be like Phalam. And if those are Pullinga Shabda, then those, and if they are ending letter is Akara, then the declension, the Shabda Rupas will be like Rama word. So Rama, Ramo, Ram. Any questions? Is it clear for everyone?
So for practice, we should just pick the letters and pronounce in the same sequence as it is written here, right, bro?
Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah. It will be very much helpful. So what do you do while you are memorizing the Shabda Rupas? So in the same way, you just pronounce them. In the same way, you pronounce Phalam, Phale, Phana, Phalani, Phalam, Phale, Phalani, Phalena, Phalabhyam, Phalaihi, Phalaya, Phalabhyam, Phalebhyah, Phalat, Phalabhyam, Phalebhyah, Phalasya, Phalayoho, Phalanam, Phale, Phalayoho, Phaleshu, He Phala, He Phale, He Phalani. So usually I would recommend you that Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti you could pronounce them after Saptami Vibhakti. So at the last you can pronounce for practice.
Okay, bro.
Is it clear for everyone? So now, now can you please compare these two Shabdas and where I have actually highlighted them with the black color, black box. So please tell me the difference. What is the difference there between Rama Shabda and Phala Shabda?
Tritiya Vibhakti Ramena has a na and Falena has a na. That is so basically na being used for this, and the first so basically no and na, that is the difference I find.
Okay.
Same
And in the
case with
Shashti Vibhakti? In the Shashti
Shashti
Vibhakti?
same na Prabhu. No, there is a na, here is a Ramanam and here is a Phalanam.
Yes. So that's the difference. That in Napunsakalinga Shabdaha, we are using Nakaraha whenever we are using Tritiya Vibhakti, because almost the forms of Rama Shabda starting from Tritiya Vibhakti to Bahuvachana through the Saptami Vibhakti, and the forms of Phala Shabda, Napunsakalinga Shabda starting from Tritiya Vibhakti to Saptami Vibhakti, the forms are same. Okay. But you can see in Tritiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam, in Rama Shabda, when the Nakara is ending, when Nakara is there, so Vyanjanam, then the Nakaraha, the Murdhyana Nakaraha is there in the Rama Shabda. And similarly in Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachana also, Ramana. But if you say same forms in Phala, then you can see Nakara, the Dantya, the Dantya Nakaraha is being used in the Napunsakalinga Phala Shabda. And similarly, Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachana. So could anyone tell why is this happening?
What is that for?
What is the reason? Anyone knows?
Dry fruits का powder नहीं चाहिए था.
You mean for the natwa, Prabhu?
Yes.
वो जो
Yes, I think you explained that in the following slides.
I have given that, yes.
Yes.
So I will explain, bro. So Natva is a grammatical operation where na is converted to na. Usually in Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachana of all genders, Tritiya Vibhakti Ekvachana of Pullinga and Napunsakalingas, Prathama Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachana of Napunsakalingas, we hear na in some shabdas and na in some other shabdas. So you see here Devanam, Ramanam, Devena, Ramena, Falani, Purani. Even somewhere like if there is Napunsakalinga Shabda also sometimes in Bahuvachanam, Falani is there and Purani is there. So why sometimes the Nakara is being used and sometimes Murdhanya Nakara is being used? So when do we have to write Nakara and when do we have to write Nakara? So what is the rule?
Prabhuji, I think it's before the nasal, like ma is the nasal sound, so that's why another nasal is not coming and na is coming. Is it?
But what is the rule? When like haphazardly wherever we want to put, then we will put a.
No,
Is there some-
if na is followed by a nasal sound, then it will change into na.
Okay. But here nasal sound, if we see Nakara is there.
Ma is nasal, na? Rama plus na. If we want to write Rame na, then Rama plus na. So ma is a nasal sound. That's why the na is changing into na. And in Phalen, it's la is not nasal. That's why na is as it is.
I see. But here, if you see in Falani and Purani, if you compare this both.
Okay.
So in Purani, the Rakar is not a nasal sound. Riturashana, Murdha, and that's Litulasana, and then. So it's not a nasal sound there. Okay. So what is the rule for Natva? When do we have to apply Nakara and when do we have to apply Na? So
Prabhu,
kindly make. Tell me.
It is based on the gender. Similarly, like if we look at the Banena, also we like when the word having like the basic word, the Prathama Vibhakti, even if we see that
Yes.
word itself is a Napusakalinga, that time you will get a no. And when
in
when you,
Napunsakalinga, we will get which one? Napunsakalinga?
in Napusakalinga we will get a no, And if
Okay.
it is pullinga, we will get tana. Because
Acha.
banena pullinga.
Hmm.
I mean, I infer this way. Is my understanding right?
Yeah, and no Mataji, no. Actually, what is happening here, Falani and Purani, both are which shabdas? Both are Napunsakalinga shabdas. Okay. So, but still in Napunsakalinga shabdas only there are differences. So, based on the gender, we cannot classify, based on the gender, we cannot apply that operation of Natva. Because even Falani is also Napunsakalinga, Puram is also Napunsakalinga. Puram means, what is the meaning of Puram? Anyone? Puram means, yes, Gokulananda Prabhu?
No, I wanted to ask you if you can repeat the word that you were asking, Purana or Puran?
Puram means some place. Okay. Or sometimes Puram can also mean some type of mahal. Okay. Some palace. Sometimes it is used in that sense also. But in Gopuram is there, some place and something is situated there. Puram, some type of house, some type of big palace. So that is also called Puram. And Purani means many Puram. So the general rule, write it down. Okay, write it down. When do we have to apply Nakara and when do we have to apply Nakara? Yes. So the general rule for this is that if the word has R, Sh and R, we use Na instead of Na. Okay. So if the word is having R, Sh or R, okay, if it is having, then the nakaraha will be converted into the dantya nakaraha we have to write as murdanya nakara. So na. Example, karanam, doshanam, pitrinam. Okay. So if you see karanam, here we have what? Refaha is there. And after that, in the word, we have nakaraha, but nakara we are not writing, we are writing nakara instead of that. Similarly, doshanam, in that word we have dosha, sha is there. And after that, we have, in the word we have nakara. Okay. Similarly, pitrinam is there, pitrinam. So rakara is there, and that's why the rakara is after it, when it is following. So then we are actually writing the nakara there. Okay, so here Pitrinam, here we have Dirgha Rakaraha. So by taking the help of Rakara, we are also including the Dirgha Rakara also. So R and R, both of the Rakaras are included by that word. So then after that, if we have Nakaraha, then it will be converted into Nakara. And these three letters are called Nimitta for Natva. However, if a consonant belonging to cha varga, ta varga, ta varga, sha, sa, sa is found in between the nimitta letters and na. Okay, what is happening? If we find cha varga, ta varga, ta varga, and sha, sa, if these letters are found between the nimitta or ra, sha, ri are the nimitta letters and nakara later on in the word. So if we find between these letters, between these two nimitta letters and the na, if we find cha varga, ta varga, ta varga, and sha, sa, then na is retained as it is and is not converted to na. For example, Rashi Nam is there. In Rashi Nam, Refa is there at the beginning of the word. Refa is there. But since in the middle of Nakaraha and the Refaha, there is Shakaraha there, Shavyanjana. That's why Nakaraha is retained as it is. Nakara will not be converted to Nakaraha in Rashi Nam events. There is a Sha between Ra and Na, so there is no Anatva. Similarly, in Kashtena, so Kashtena word is there in Tritiya Vibhakti Ekvachanam. There is no Natva because of Ta is found between Sha and Na. So even though Sha is there as is there in the word, but after that Nakara is there. But because between Sha and Na there is Takaraha there, or whole Ta Varga we can take. If Takara is there, so that's why the Nakara is retained as it is and it will not be converted to Natva. These are just two basic rules which may be useful for beginners. There are other advanced rules for Natva which may lead to exception. Okay, anyway. So this is the general rule. You can understand when do we have to use Nakara and when do we have to use Nakara.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat the last one? Kashtena. There was
Kashtena.
some disturbance. I couldn't get it.
Kashtena. Here you see when you break the word, you can just break the whole word into letters, and even you break the Vyanjanam and also the swaras also. Then you can find that Purva, the first letter is that Shakara is there. Shakara in Shtena. If you see Shtena, so Sha is there, and between the Nakaraha and Shakaraha there is Takaraha. So that's why even though Shakara is there in the word, but because the Takaraha is falling between Shakara and Nakaraha, Nakaraha is staying as it is, and Nakara is not getting converted into Murdhanya Nakara. So if in between Shakara, between the Nimitta letters, what are the three Nimitta letters? Refaha, Shakaraha, and Rikara. If we have three Nimitta letters, and after that, any place we have Nakaraha, and between them, if we have Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga, and Sha, Sa, okay, these letters, if we have between them, between the Nimitta letters and Nakaraha, then the Nakaraha will not be transformed into Nakara. But if we have any other consonants apart from these letters, then even though the nimittas are there, because the consonants are not falling between the nimitta and the nakara, these consonants, then nakara will be transformed into nakara. But if these consonants, these letters are there between nimitta letters and the nakara, then the nakara will be prevented from its application. So nakara will not happen into nakara.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Gokulananda?
Thanks.
Sir,
My question is regarding the word Krishna, because we say Krishnena and Krishna now with, if I remember correctly, is with na, dental na at the end. And my question is, if this is because it's not in this rule, but it's because of the na murda that is preceded by a na Krishna has a na murda.
Yeah, Prabhu, see in Krishna word, if you see Krishna word, so at the end of the Krishna, nakara is there, nakara. And dot na is there. So shakaraha is there in the word, nimitta letter is there, but because it is being succeeded by nakaraha, and after that there is nakaraha again. So that's why nakaraha will not be converted again into natva. Because dot na is falling between the shakaraha, the nimitta letter, and the nakara. So that's why it will become only Krishnena, not Krishnena.
Prabhu,
Yes.
Kashta is Akalan pulling?
Kashta. One second. Kashta, kashtam. No, Napunsakalinga word.
Achha.
Kashtam.
And Pura.
Sorry?
Pura.
Puram. Puram is Napunsakalinga. Puram.
Napusan.
Yes.
Dhanyavad.
Sometimes Kashta is also used as a Visheshan. So sometimes Kashta will also not have its gender. Will be used in different sense.
Doshaha.
Huh?
Doshaha.
Doshaha. Dosha is pulling word. Pulling.
Pulling.
Yes. So I will give you dictionaries. Some of the dictionaries I will be providing. So then if you wish, then you can also type and you can you can search in the dictionary and you can find that this Shabda is in which linga. Is it in Pullinga, Napunsakalinga or Strilinga? It will be very much
So that
useful.
we can apply the rules. Yeah.
then only we will be able to apply the declensions, or we can apply
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rule of Natva
Yes.
also, and also how the word is getting declined.
Yes.
Yes.
धन्यवाद.
So this was yesterday in class. I did not have time. That's why I dropped. I did not discuss this, but today I will just, maybe in the class I will discuss this briefly. Okay. Those who have not come in the practice session for them. So I will discuss. Okay. Any questions you have?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Sadayogi Prabhu, please.
This same question what Gokulanand Prabhu is asking about Krishna. This Krishna, there is Ka, Re, Sha,
Yes.
and Na. So here in between Re,
Oh no.
Re, there is a Na. Na, there is Sha is coming in between.
Yes.
Sha.
Murdhanya
Krishna.
Sha.
Yeah. Murdhanisha it's coming. So then it should remain na only.
Prabhu, here there is nimitta rules, no? Like the general rule for this is that if the word has ra, sha, re,
And-
we use na instead of na.
Ha.
Example, karanam, doshanam, pitrinam. And these letters are called nimitta for natva. So these three letters, Prabhu, ra, sha, re, they are called nimitta letters.
Nimitta. Ha.
For what? For natva. So for nakaraha be getting transformed into murdhanya nakara. Now I will just take the help of document 1 second.
Sir, sound is gone.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
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 One second. So the rule of natva says that in the word there should be nimitta letter should be present. Okay, nimitta letter should be present. Now the 1 second. So here, what are the nimitta letters? 3 nimitta letters: ra, re, and sha. Ra, re, and sha is there. So now shakara we have. Shakara is there. Okay, and at the like shakara is there as a nimitta letter, and then nakara is also there. When we apply in the Tritya Vibhakti Ekvachanam, then it becomes Krishnena. So then the nakara is there as later letter. And in between shakaraha, between the nimitta letter and between the nakaraha, there is nakaraha here. Okay, there is nakaraha there. And it is told that if a consonant is belonging to cha varga, ta varga, ta varga, and sha, sa, sa, then the nakara will not be transformed into nakara. So because nakara is a part of ta varga, ta, tha, da, dha, na, That's why even though nimitta letter we have, but because the middle letter, the something which is coming in between the nimitta letters and nakaraha, that's why this nakaraha will not be transformed into nakara. Okay, so that's the rule. So in this, is it
If
clear,
you-
Sadayogi Prabhu?
If you just use the word Krishna, not Krishna,
Okay.
Krishna.
Okay, then
Now here R and na, R and na, there is a sh. So that word sh is also, that is, if that comes, then it gets converted to again tatta vargana, tatha dadana, danta.
no, bro, it is not be see how Krishna actually usually Krishna word is formed before it was like this. Okay, before the word was like this.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what is the nimitta letter here too?
Now nimitta is re.
No, the like you can tell re also is a nimitta. One nimitta is this one, but the last nimitta immediately after that the nakara will come.
Okay, that's my problem. Here is
So-
my issue. I was considering the first re is the nimitta, but next should be considered as nimitta.
Yes, bro. Sure should be considered as nimitta.
Immediate.
Yes.
In between there is no any word, so that's why this the danta becomes the murda.
Nakara becomes anakara.
No.
So we have to tell we have to see not before, we have to see the last one,
Last
which then after that only the nakara anything will come. That one we have to see. If you see from rikara and then nakara, then according to that it should be nakara only.
Yeah.
If we see, because this is also nimitta letter, no? Shakara is also nimitta letter.
Yes.
So that's why it should be nakara should be transformed into nakara.
Can you show me the rules that that page of PPT? So here, however, if the consonant belongs to cha varga, ta varga, ta varga, sha, that sha is, I got confused there, Krishna's. That is coming in between re. So that was confusing.
Is found in between the nimitta letters and nakara. Then na is retained as it is and is not converted.
Prabhu?
Yes, Gokulan.
How will be a case because if sha is in between, will be always considered a nimitta. Like if it's before na, we will say it's a nimitta. So in which case is sha will be found in between, digamos, will not act as a nimitta.
Shakara will act as a nimitta, bro, because if whatever nimittas we have, and after that we have the nakara. After that we have nakara.
Yeah.
Then if we don't have these vyanjanas there, if we don't have these consonants, then the nakara will be transformed into nakara.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because it's difficult to understand why sha, which is a nimitta, is also a non-nimitta.
Oh.
You understand? Because I can understand with sha and with sa, but sha is nimitta, but it's also found in between. But which we see in Krishna, is between, but it's acting as a nimitta. So when will not act as a nimitta? Like,
yeah, very good question. Yes. I never like what you can tell. I never did some research in this, but definitely there should be some intricacies in the rules of sutra, Prabhu. I feel in sutra, because to facilitate some other operations based on this. Usually what happened, the sutra which is telling about this one, Prabhu, the sutra which is telling about that consonant belonging to chavarga, tavarga, tavarga, then the nimitta letters, the nakara should be retained. And if we have these nimitta letters, then to facilitate some of the operations between the sutras in very high, when there will be more of the formation of the word or like that, then there could be, to facilitate some of the exceptions, because in note you can see these are the just two basic rules which may be useful for beginners. There are other advanced rules for Natva which may lead to exceptions. So that's why there are some other words where these rules are applied, and there are some exceptions where maybe the first general rule will not be applied in some words, but presently generally we have to understand these rules. When we form the word, then only that will be necessary. For example, you told ahan word, you were telling ahan. So then their ahan word is actually Vartikam. Through the help of Vartikam, it is negating the normal effect which is applied by Visarga, Ukara, Desha, Sandhi. So in the similar way.
Okay, so Prabhu, so this is in the Sutra of Panini, the
Yes,
Shah.
it's there in the sutra.
So
Yes.
from this slide is taken from the Sutra.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yeah.
This general rule for that, if the word is ra, ra, sha, this is another sutra. And second one, to apply if there is these consonant letters are there between the nimitta letters and the nakara. To explain this, another sutra is there in Panini. And I can tell that Rashabhyam Nona Samanapade. So Rashabhyam Nona Samanapade, the sutra is for this one. Atkup Vangnum Vyaya Yepi. So that is for this.
Okay, so yeah, if Panini put there, but there must be some cases somewhere.
Yeah. Especially Vartikas will also come.
Yeah.
Eventually it becomes more complex, but basically these are the general rules.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I wanted to know the names of vibhaktis. First one is karta.
Vibhaktis.
Names of the vibhaktis.
Yeah, name of the vibhaktis. Usually, I have just given the English equivalents now, presently. But after a couple of classes, I will give the Sanskrit terms: karta, karma, karana, sampradana, apadana, sambandha, and adhikarma.
Acha. So in later section you will be giving those names, no?
Bro, I will be extensively discussing about that. Don't worry. Yes. I will be discussing about that maybe for 1 week, whole 1 week I will be discussing. It's very important topic.
Yeah.
Karakas.
My interest was to know the names of all these vibhaktis. But anyway, that will appear at a later stage. Okay, sir.
Later. Yes. I have planned all the syllabus for each week. Gradually, everything will come. Okay. So now in this week, I will be discussing basically vibhaktis and there are more classifications and other Shabda Rupa memorization. And also I will be discussing briefly about Kriyapadas. Then later on I will be discussing Karakas and then Stri Pratyayas, Kridanta Pratyayas, Tadhita Pratyayas. Many things have to. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So if no one has any question, we will conclude here.
Prabhu, last recording and this recording, if that can be posted, that will be helpful.
I already posted in a group.
No, the practice recording.
Practice session. It's not uploaded right until now.
Record हुआ था लेकिन post नहीं हुआ था, थोड़ा
वो
reference
अभिषेक को मैंने बोला था करने के लिए.
कोई बात नहीं, हरे
हो जाए. So everyone, please come to the classes, live classes, evening time, if possible. If you have some other unavoidable, because of some circumstance, you're not able to come, no problem. You can attend the recording. You can hear the recordings and, cover the syllabus. And today in evening, I will be hosting one Kahoot quiz. So I will request everyone to please revise. I have already sent the notes of yesterday's class and also the recording. If needed, hear it again. And today I will be hosting a Kahoot quiz, so please be prepared for that. Yes. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll conclude here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.